Now, Oud Noir Intense by Fragrance du Bois was launched in 2013, and it falls under spicy oriental category. And the nose behind this fragrance is François Mer Baudoin. All right, let's spray some of these Oud Noir Intense and see what we get on the initial spray. Now, I'm not gonna talk about the atomizer. You can just see it for yourself. It literally showers, fantastic atomizer. And yes, I can right away, I don't even need to bring it close. I can smell that 100% natural oud, and I can have my eyes closed and be like, okay, this is Fragrance du Bois oud, because they use the same type of oud in all their fragrances, which you can tell it's natural, it's nothing synthetic, and I love that. Very, very natural smelling, and it's very aromatic at the same time. It's beautiful. Now, it's very pungent too. On the opening, you get hit with this pungent kind of, some people describe it as blue cheese or animalic oud, which is followed by this warm sweetness, resinous, aromatic, and spicy cardamom mixed with woody and balsamic notes. So that's what I get when I smell this right away, or even when I sprayed it in the air, I get that right away. So the oud comes forward right off the bat, and you can definitely smell that cardamom. It's very resinous. It's very aromatic, as I mentioned. It's a complex scent. You can tell this is very luxurious, sophisticated, complex type of scent. It's warm and spicy. It's very inviting, sensual. It has that beautiful floral in it, but not too floral. It's definitely woody. It has that creamy musk in it. And there's this smoky, sweet resins vibe about it, which I love and I can smell. And also you get that very strong earthy patchouli in here. So if you're a big fan of patchouli, this will be definitely your fragrance. You can definitely smell that patchouli. It's great. So this is as far as the accords goes on Oud Noir Intense. All right, so let's get to the notes of Oud Noir Intense and see what we get. Top notes, we have a big dose of cardamom, which you get that right away on the opening. You have also that zestiness on the opening, which comes from the bergamot. In the middle notes, you have a little bit of rose, so it's not too rosy of a fragrance at all. And then you got jasmine, the perfect mix of jasmine and rose that creates this kind of a semi-floral type of vibe to the fragrance, not too much. Now, in the base notes, you have that 100% natural oud in here, and then you got some musk. You got a big dose of patchouli, which makes the fragrance very earthy and beautiful. You have actually a good dose of saffron in here as well, which actually mixes with patchouli really nicely. And then you have that accord of amber, which I love. So that's also for amber lovers that love amber. It definitely has that accord of amber going on in here as well. And then you have some sandalwood, and you got a nice dose of vanilla in your base as well. So that's as far as the notes of Oud Noir Intense goes. All right, so let's talk about the big elephant in the room again. A lot of people, when it comes to Oud Noir Intense, they say it smells like Tom Ford Oud Wood, which I'm holding in my hand, and also carved oud by Thamin, if I'm not saying that wrong. Now, I don't have that on me. I do have a sample of it, and usually I don't like to bring out sample bottles, but I do have the Tom Ford bottle here, Oud Wood, and we're gonna spray this. And I know that these are very similar. It is true, but there's also differences to it as well. And I'm going to go ahead and spray this. First of all, this is the difference of the color. So do not spray Oud Noir Intense on your white shirt because it stains it, because it has natural ingredients. It's high concentrated. The oils are very strong, and it can definitely stain your shirt. And you can definitely smell that as well. But let's get to the Tom Ford one and see what we get on the initial opening as well with Oud Wood. The sprayer is definitely not as good as Fragrance du Bois, as you can see. So the opening is almost alike, but there's a little bit of difference. That oud definitely makes a difference. You can definitely smell the oud is natural in this one. Yeah, the oud is a little more pungent in here, and it has that naturalness about it. You can tell there's something real going on here, where this one, you can tell it's actually, I cannot smell it as much. Wow. Well, there you go. As far as the performance goes, I can barely smell it when I'm comparing it to Oud Noir Intense. I told you guys, Oud Noir Intense definitely lives up to its name. I have to spray it again. Okay, forward spritz, now I can smell better. Okay, yeah. So the opening is more synthetic on this one. The oud, you can definitely tell it's synthetic, but they're very alike. So they're very close to each other. I have to definitely give you guys that. This one I would say is more easier on the nose for people that are not into oud. So the oud in here is definitely way more tamed, where this one, the oud really comes forward. And it's like one of those, you know, I told you, pungent, kind of a blue cheese type of a oud that comes forward. So you have to definitely be into oud to be able to like this. Yeah. This one is definitely easier on the nose. So, but they're very alike. So I can tell like the notes in here are very alike and very close to each other. So that's as far as like comparing this to they are. This, I would say it's about 85% alike. So the oud definitely makes a difference in here, and mix is also stronger as well. And the quality of the blending, you can tell like this one is blended a lot better. It's smoother. And even though it's pungent, the oud is strong, but you can tell it's very refined. It's very natural. So I have smelled this too, and I also smelled the dry down. On the dry down, they become completely different. And I have to say, this one actually becomes very aromatic and kind of fresh on the dry down. And this one, the Oud Wood by Tom Ford, becomes darker and stays like has that sultry type of a sweet type of a dry down. The cardamom and the vanilla, they stand out, and that kind of a amber accord stays actually in this more stronger than this one. This one, the oud stays and then becomes woody, and it becomes kind of almost fresh, spicy, aromatic type of fragrance. And I have to say, just because I'm honest to you guys, I do like the dry down of Oud Wood more than this one, because I think this one would be more crowd pleasing, the dry down of it. But I love the opening of this one a lot better than Oud Wood. And this one definitely outperforms Oud Wood as far as the performance and longevity goes. So this is as far as comparing Oud Wood by Tom Ford and Oud Noir Intense by Fragrance du Bois. Now, let's talk about the performance and longevity of Oud Noir Intense. Well, again, I don't really need to go over that because it has a great performance, and the longevity is pretty much eternal on this one. It lasts for a very long time due to the natural oud and the high concentrated ingredients in here. I mean, look at this color. You know, I mean, this really sticks around for a very long time. And so as far as the performance and longevity goes, I would definitely give it a high score. And again, if somebody wants to know exactly, because I really have sometimes comments that are like, tell me exactly how many hours it's gonna stay on your skin. First of all, it depends on your skin, and everybody's different, and it depends where you spray it. First of all, I would not spray it on your clothes, especially if you're wearing white. Now, if you're wearing a leather jacket or something dark, you can get away with it and spray it on your clothes, and it will definitely last till you wash off your clothes. Now, on the skin, for me, it lasts easily between 11 to 12 hours. And then after that, even when I take a shower, when I come out, I can smell the oud on my skin. So that's as far as the lasting hours on my skin goes. So as far as the performance and longevity, I would definitely give it a high score. Now, let's get to the projection sillage. This one, interestingly, even though it is very highly concentrated juice, it actually projects phenomenal. First of all, it has an enormous sillage on the initial spray. I get about like 7 to 8 feet of projection. Like when I sprayed this in the house, I had people in another room. They're like, what did you just spray? The whole house smells like your fragrance. It's like that strong. So as far as the projection goes, it literally travels. So it does really well. And I would definitely give it a high score when it comes to projection and sillage. And again, I think that projection goes about probably 3-4 hours, and then it gets closer to your bubble. but before that, it does actually go for a very long time like that. So it does really well, and again, gets high score from me. Now, let's get to the compliments. Well, since this one is very close to Oud Wood by Tom Ford, naturally it gets a lot of compliments. Now, again, on the initial spray, it might not get a lot of compliments. Probably not a lot of people gonna like it because of the oud, because the oud is natural and it's right there. It's very dominant. But nowadays, I think people are getting more into oud note and they're liking it. And I think they're enjoying oud a lot more than they used to a few years back. So I think it gets more compliments. But again, as far as the compliments goes, it's definitely crowd pleasing and it will definitely get a high score from me as far as the compliments goes. Now let's talk about the versatility. Again, the same versatility as Oud Wood. I would definitely suggest you, I think this could be a signature scent. Now the oud is pretty strong and because it has that cheese type of a opening, when it's too hot, it can become acidic a little bit, but again, it does have signature vibe about it where you can wear this all year round. Especially the dry down has that fresh and spicy vibe to it, which is very aromatic, and I think it would do great in summertime and spring as well. So talking about like a signature scent that it's worth the price and it's long lasting, it's very refined and luxurious, Oud Noir Intense would be your fragrance. So that's as far as the versatility goes. Again, this is a very classy fragrance. So I would say dressed up and for a nice event, like even, you know, a night out with your significant other, like a romantic night out, or even like a nice party, or even like a, I don't know, some kind of a meeting with your work or something and you want to be all classy, it would definitely work really well. And so as far as versatility goes, I would definitely give it a high score. Now, let's talk about the uniqueness. Unfortunately, in the uniqueness department, it will not get a high score from me because it's very close to Oud Wood, and we already have Oud Wood. So as far as the uniqueness goes, it probably will not get a very high score from me, and that's as far as the uniqueness goes, and that's it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the end of my video. That's all I have for Oud Noir Intense. If you own this fragrance, please let me know in the comment section what's your take on it. And if you don't own it, I would definitely suggest you to get a sample of it. If you have Oud Wood, it probably would be redundant, but if you're done with your Oud Wood and you want something that would actually last longer, because a lot of people complain about the performance of Oud Wood and the longevity of it, I would definitely suggest you to get Oud Noir Intense. And with that being said, that's all I have. Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Peace and ciao.